this is Nancy with Life's Blessings, and today we're going to be making ceviche, and I also have something that I kind of want to talk to you about. So first we're going to talk about the ingredients of the ceviche. Obviously we have about 45 to 50 pieces of small salad shrimp is what they call it in the package, and this is cooked. You can buy the raw and cook it yourself and then allow that to cool if you want to. You can buy the large pieces of shrimp, but I see that the salad shrimp is just about the right size for ceviche. So ceviche can be made many different ways. You can add crab meat to it as well as the shrimp. You can add flounder. You can add the imitation crab if you want to add that. Sometimes we do that, but this week we just had shrimp. So this is going to serve about 3 to 4 people depending. And I have a couple of Roma tomatoes. I have 2 of these today. I have just a handful of cilantro, and I have 1 cucumber that has been peeled. You don't have to peel it if you don't want to. If you like that flavor, then that's fine. And I have a white onion. I have about a half of a white onion. I also have a jalapeno pepper. You can use serrano if you want it, a little spicier, if you want more of a kick to it. I have a little bit of lemon juice that I'm going to use, and some salt. So those are the ingredients that we'll be using today for the ceviche. And so let's get started doing that. We're going to slice our tomato. I use the whole tomato. I don't take the seeds out. I don't peel it or anything like that. And what I'm doing is just dicing the tomato. So what I want to talk to you about, though, is a lot of us are trying to get healthier, and all of us have different definitions of that. We all have different ways that we want to improve our health and, with our diet, with exercise, wellness in general. And I know that a lot of my subscribers and the viewers here on my channel are trying to do that. I know that, some of you are following the keto diet. Some of you, maybe following paleo, maybe doing Weight Watchers. Some of you have kind of come up with your own way of eating that you have found works for you, and that's great too. Some of you, are into juicing and smoothies, that sort of thing, and I think that's great that, we are all so tolerant of each other's lifestyles like that, because we all get along, we all find useful information from each other, and I think that that's awesome that we have this community here that, without, judging each other, without putting each other down for each other's way of eating, or we think this way is better and that way is better, all that stuff, without doing all that, we're able to befriend each other and love each other, support each other. And I want to know, though, what y'all would think about maybe me sharing some videos on wellness, sharing some videos on health. Maybe, we could learn together. And, I'm on my own journey as well. I'm not perfect. I slip up. And just because, you see me eating, some foods that are not so healthy, maybe not on a diet, that doesn't mean that I'm not on a journey, y'all. It doesn't mean that, I don't care about what I'm putting in my body. I do. And, it's a struggle. It's a journey. It's not, overnight. It's a process. It's not one that comes easy. And I know that, I obviously do not look like a fitness expert, nor do I claim to be one. Okay, but I'm a relatable person. I am, I'm like your neighbor. I'm like your best friend. I'm like your sister. I'm like your daughter. The average woman in the United States is actually about my size, y'all. The average woman in the United States, I'm getting hung over here. I'm sorry. The average woman in the United States is about a size 14 to 16 according to research, and so I'm a size 16 and 18, and I don't mind putting that out there because I want to be honest with you. I want to be real. We're just going to add this to our shrimp. This is our diced tomato and our cilantro, and we're going to add all that in there. there, and then we're going to start adding our cucumber. All right, so, you know, I may not be an expert, may not be the go-to on that, but at the same time, we're all learning together. We all have information that we could, you know, honestly share with each other. And I just wondered if maybe y'all were interested in something like that. I'm gonna put the whole thing in there. I'm not gonna take the seeds out once again on the cucumber. You can if you want to, but I just put the whole thing in there. I do peel it, like I said, but I just dice this up too. You can put larger slices if you want to. This is a really pretty dish, and it's very nutritious. You've got your protein, you've got your veggies. But I'm just wondering, like, if y'all would be interested in something like that. If you are, then let me know down in the comments if that would help someone to share tips on maybe, you know, the struggles that I've had, maybe, and figure this thing out together, because, you know, it's hard. It's hard to be on the journey by yourself, and, you know, when you have a family that you need to be cooking for, and maybe they're not wanting to eat, you know, the foods that you know is the healthiest, maybe, you know, that's part of the struggle, you know, as a mom. And I'm not trying to make excuses there, but that's real life, you know? That's real life. Your husband wants a certain kind of food. The kids are asking for this, that, and the other. They see candy in the store, and you know, it's a struggle. We try to encourage our children as well to be as nutritious as possible, but, you know, that can be a struggle for us. That can be something that it's hard to always just say no, just say no, just say no. You know, eventually you're going to hear a fight. You're going to have tears. You're going to have crying, and, you know, we're adults, so we don't do that necessarily, but the kids do. And, you know, we feel for them. Actually, I think that's too much cucumber, so that's most of it, but I'm going to save this a little bit for maybe a salad for tomorrow. All right, so that was most of a whole cucumber. That one was a little fat, so I'm gonna go ahead and dice up my onion. And, you know, a lot of times too, we get on a diet and we say, you know, that's what we need to do. We need to stick to this certain diet. We start to see that the weight is coming off. You know, if you're doing it for that reason, not everybody is, you know, trying to be losing weight. Some people go about their journey in a different way. For me, it's always been a weight struggle. For me, it's always been since I was 18, 19 years old, I've kind of had this body. This has been pretty much my body since I was 18 or 19 years old. And, you know, I don't want to do it for vain reasons. I'm not going into this for vanity or anything like that. I understand that it's more important about what's on the inside, you know. And so I'm not worried so much about the outside. In my walk with Christ, I have, you know, let that go. I have, and that's a personal thing, you know. Some people may be doing it for vanity, and, you know, that's your own deal. It's never been mine, especially not now. Now that my walk with Christ has deepened and has matured, that's just not really my thing now, you know. And so I'm not going to turn back on that. I'm not going to stray away from what the Lord has done for me in my life. And I know that not everybody believes the same way. Not everybody, you know, is on the same page with me as that. And I'm okay with that too. That's fine, you know. Y'all have your different beliefs, and I respect that. I never try to tell somebody how to live their life. Never try to tell anybody, you know, what their personal walk with Christ should be, because it is a personal thing. Salvation is personal. And while, you know, I share messages here on our channel, I never want you to feel like I'm forcing anything on you. So, you know, anything that I say about, you know, my personal spiritual beliefs or anything like that, if you don't agree with me, you know, it's fine. You can disagree, and I'll be okay with that. I'm fine. There's no hard feelings. It's not anything personal between us. It's just my walk with Christ. So I'm just sharing my journey on that. So don't ever be offended, you know, or don't ever feel like I'm trying to shove it down your throat or anything like that. But it is a part of who I am. So, you know. Anyway, I don't want to go on some diet, you know, just for vanity or for, you know, those type of reasons. My reasons are solely to improve my health, and because I know what has worked for me and what has not, you know. But a lot of times we go on a diet, we say, and it's just not, like, we'll lose weight or we'll improve our health, whichever way it is. And then once we start coming off the diet, y'all, we say, well, that so-and-so diet just wasn't right for me, because as soon as I came off of it, you know, the weight started piling on, and, okay, but listen to yourself. As soon as you got off of it, the weight came back. Don't blame it, you know, on the diet. We got to stop blaming the diets, because there are a lot of great ways of eating that are out there. Diet, if you want to call it that. And, you know, they would be great, but we're not sticking to them. We are just doing it for a little while. We see the benefits, and then we stop. And I know that, you know, willpower is something very strong. You either have it or you don't. And, you know, that's a struggle. It really is. It's a big struggle for a lot of us. And we're going to take most of these seeds, the inner part of this jalapeno out. So I'm just going to slice that right out. But it's a struggle for a lot of us. And, you know, it's not just cut and dry. It's not just a one-time deal. And that's something that we need to understand, is that it's not just cut and dry. We need to stick to it. We need to be able to stick to the diet and, not walk away from it, because if it's working for you, why would you go back, you know? Why would you go back to the old way? That's something that I struggle with a lot. I remember a couple of years ago, I started on a certain way of eating, and it really did my body well. It really helped me to improve a lot of areas that, you know, that I was struggling with. Not just my weight. Yes, I did lose about 20 pounds, and, you know, that helped. And, you know, I'm sure that also decreased some of the pain that I was having in my legs and in my knees, among some of the other issues that I was having that I'm not going to go into. Yeah, I'm sure that really helped, but at the same time, also the types of foods that I was eating, I know, played a big role in the change that I felt in my body, the improvement in my health. And, you know, I slipped away from it, though. I started slipping up, and I started adding some of those foods back that I had, you know, been avoiding while I was on that particular diet. I started slipping some of those foods back in there, y'all, and even though it felt bad, even though I felt bad, those foods tasted so good, because it's an addiction. It really is. It's an addiction. You get hooked on certain flavors, and you have to train your body, you know, to like other things, because you're fueling your body. It's not about, you know, having that certain taste that you want. Sure, part of it is, but, you know, if you're hurting your body, then that needs to come first, you know? That needs to come first before our pleasure comes. Our health needs to come first. So, you know, if that's something that y'all are interested in seeing on my channel, then let me know down in the comments. Or if you know, don't really want to hear that, you just want to continue to see recipes and homeschool and scriptural messages, then that's cool. And, you know, it's either way. If that's something that y'all want to know, then I'd be glad to share my journey with you, and maybe we could, you know, help each other. I would love to do that. I enjoy watching channels like that that are solely nutritious and healthy. Joelle, can you get me a spoon? I'm going to put some lemon juice in here. You want a good bit of lemon juice. Put salt. We're going to mix this together. But yeah, if that's something that y'all want to know about, then definitely let me know. I'll be glad to share. And look, this looks so good. See how pretty that is? That's beautiful. A little bit too much lemon juice. That's about twice as much as what I actually needed. Got a little carried away. Sorry. Maybe I can add that cucumber back. Let's do that. Let's take that cucumber and put it back in there. So I guess I didn't eat all that, y'all. I said in the other videos, I'm not a professional chef. Just a mom trying to cook for her family. So anyway, and that's the way I feel about the wellness and health topics. You know, I'm not a professional. I don't claim to be one. Obviously, I'm not. I would have my own life under a lot more control if I was an expert. But anyway, you can serve this with crackers if you want to. You can serve it on tostadas. What I'm going to do is just add this to a salad. I'm just going to add it to a bed of spinach. So I hope you enjoy this recipe. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you fix it for your family. This is a Mexican as well as Central American dish. My husband is from Guatemala. They make this right here. They make it a little differently. I believe this is more of the Mexican version with the cucumbers and everything, but there are different variations to this, to the ceviche. There are different ways that you can make it. So check it out and see what works for you. And let me know down in the comments what you think about what I said, what you think about maybe starting like a health and wellness Wednesdays where I share healthy recipes as well as, you know, tips and advice on your journey, and sharing my progress as well, sharing, you know, how I'm doing with mine, and, you know, y'all can make comments and share how you're doing with yours. Let me know if that's something that you're interested in, and, you know, if not, then that's fine. We'll continue to do all the things that we've been doing, and God bless you. I hope you have a great rest of the day. I'm going to go enjoy my ceviche. Bye-bye.